Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Story. In the first episode, we managed to build the foundation of our future home, but we're still missing walls and a roof. So I spent the next night in my cellar working on some pottery and started by making my first crucible, which I would need in the future for smelting copper. When I heard some drifter noises, I closed up the opening in the staircase just to be safe, even though I was fairly sure I had secured my house in a way that they couldn't come in. With the noises getting more intense, I was wondering if they could smell me in my little hidey hole. When day came, I dared to poke my head out and realized that indeed, no drifter had managed to make it into my house. I did, however, see many drifters making their way away from my island. Why they had decided to accumulate there overnight, or why they were deciding to disperse now, I did not know, but I was glad they were leaving. I killed some of the stragglers and then decided it would be safer for me to do my resource gathering for the day on the other side of the lake. There I discovered an unfortunate boar who had decided to take a swim, making it easy for me to include him in my future dinner plans. I collected some more clay because I wanted to make shingles for the roof of my house. Next, I found a huge walnut tree and decided that the wood would be pretty for building with. Chopping down this tree took a long time and decimated the copper axe that I had found in a vessel in a ruined structure. I was disappointed to find that it did not drop any walnuts, but then again it was May and therefore not the right season for nuts. When I came back, I was pleased to find my island drifter-free and hoped for a more peaceful night. The next day, I found my first copper nuggets, and I marked the location for further exploration, since surface copper can be a sign of a bigger deposit below. A few moments later, I found even more. Then I spotted some ruins that I hadn't seen before and wanted to check them out, when I heard something that sounded a lot like a wolf puppy. And then I spotted it sitting there a few blocks away, so I decided to abort the mission. I collected some medium fertility soil, at least until my shovel broke, because I would need that to terraform my island. And then I did some panning with some sand that I had collected, in the hopes of getting some more copper nuggets. Usually this is an activity well suited for nighttime, but with the recent nightly drifter activity and my current lack of defenses, I decided it would be safer to do it during the day. Up until that point, my main objective had been to prepare for a live stream that I wanted to do that evening, so I tried to pack in as many boring collection tasks as I could. During the stream, I continued building the house walls, then got started on the roof, which I built out of all the shingles I had made out of clay. I also created my first copper pickaxe head out of the copper nuggets I found. With this copper pickaxe, I could continue digging out the stone in my basement to finish the room. A way more exciting use of my new pickaxe, however, was to go back to where I had found those nuggets to dig up the copper veins that I hoped were underneath. The first location I had marked turned out to have a rift directly above it. So that was a no-go. But luckily I had found copper nuggets in 2 different places, so I checked out the other one. I dug out a spiral staircase downwards in order to stay directly underneath my map marker, and I found a deposit of brown coal. However, eventually I hit a deposit of quartz, which I could not mine with my copper pickaxe, and with the pickaxe being on its last legs already, I decided it was time to return home. So I arrived at my island slightly disappointed that I had not found any copper, when I noticed that I could hear the distinct noises of a rift from inside my house. Ooh, I hear a rift. Is that rift still there? Get up here. Where is it? It was right over there, but now it's not. But there are drifters already there. Oh, yeah, that's... Ouch. That's not good. I'm gonna block that in just to be safe. Ah, those guys are not nice. Let's eat something. And it wasn't long before I was being swarmed by drifters. Eat some more. Okay, yeah, that's not good. Oh. Why am I not hitting them? Okay. Did they come in from above? No, they are spawning in here. Oh, man. Yeah, well, here goes nothing. I returned to my home, knowing full well that the rift was probably still there, and indeed, as soon as I arrived, more of them continued spawning. Oh no, there are so many. Yeah, that's not good. Not wanting to die again, I decided the best course of action was to grab my items and abandon my house for the night, as much as it pained me to leave it behind. I spent the night on the other side of the lake, collecting reeds to make more baskets, and luckily encountered no more hostile creatures. When day came, I was able to spot the rift that had plagued me so much across the lake, but soon it disappeared and I could return home. I was almost able to complete my roof, missing just a few shingles to do it. I wasn't in the mood for more clay making, however, so I decided to go out for a hunt instead. Using the tried and true dirt stack method, I was able to kill a ewe and then a ram. Back home, I decided I had enough of drifters spawning in my home and plastered my home in stones because apparently that will stop them from spawning. And even though it looks a terrible mess, this would have to do until I found a better method to keep those terrible creatures at bay. However, it seemed to be an exceptionally calm night, so I decided I could start to work on the garden in front of my house, adding some fences and finally planting all the berry bushes I had collected. The next day, my quest for sticks brought me to the strange rock formations I could see from my house, and I discovered some surface ore deposits and some rock materials that could look really nice on my house. Walking around these formations led me to my first trader, a clothes salesman named Kino, who would potentially come in handy once winter came. So this is where we are right now. During the stream, we tried to get copper, but we didn't manage to, so I went out and panned some more, and now I have enough to create myself another pickaxe and also a hammer. And we are just going to have to try again. However, there is something that is weighing on my mind, and that is the coming temporal storm. So at the beginning of the game, when I first started out, I received the notification that the first temporal storm would be in 12 days. Now I'm fairly sure that 12 days are more or less past already, and I am really worried about that. So I have read up on temporal storms, and it seems that during that time, drifters can just spawn anywhere, and those stones that we put on the ground will not protect us. So I don't know what the best strategy is going to be, but something that I thought of trying was making myself a little panic room where I can hide out during the temporal storm, and I'm going to make it small enough that even if something else spawns in there with me, it should only be one at a time, and maybe I will be able to protect myself in there. So I'm just going to start smelting my new pickaxe and the hammer, and in the meantime I'm going to use what's left over of the other pickaxe to dig out a little panic room. I built it one layer lower because I want to lower the entire cellar by one more layer, and I'm going to make the floor out of mud bricks because I read somewhere, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I read somewhere that this makes it so that the game doesn't recognize this as a cave and makes it even more likely for drifters to spawn in here. So it appears that our copper is fully smelted, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill up the molds. Perfect, now we just have to wait for them to cool down and then we can start using them. I've added a little basket in here with some things that I think I'm going to need when I need to hunker down here. So it has some dirt for blocking up the door, more torches in case the one that's already in here runs out, a bowl for eating, and I also put some food in here, and several knives because those are more efficient at close range combat than spears are. So since it's currently nighttime, why don't I continue working on the basement, dig out one more level, and also replace the walls and the floor with the proper materials. And there goes my pickaxe, but luckily I think the other one should be done now. There we go. A pot full of 6 servings of red meat stew with boiled black currants just fell on my head and made me jump. Okay, I just received the temporal storm warning, which means, according to the wiki, that the temporal storm is a little bit over 8 hours in-game hours away. So that means we still have a little bit of time until then. I just need to ideally make sure that I'm holed up before it starts. I added a door in case I need to shut the door on some enemies, which is going to be faster than adding the blocks. Unfortunately, this door has a habit of breaking off its hinges. It's not doing it right now that I'm trying to show it, of course, but that could become an issue. So if we are holden before that starts and we can just block ourselves in instead of using the door, maybe that's better, or at least make sure the door is properly closed and has not fallen off. So originally my plan was to dig out the floor and the walls to replace the sandstone with the proper blocks that I wanted to use for this. But to be honest, as long as I haven't found any copper veins, I don't really want to use my pickaxe any more than I really have to. And also I've run out of cobblestone again, so I couldn't finish this even if I wanted to. So until the temporal storm starts, I want to continue terraforming behind the house because that looks ugly. We still need some more shingles. Because that is where our garden is going to go. And honestly, the sooner we get those seeds in the ground, the better. And that's it for the blocks that I have currently. And I haven't even started adding something underneath here. So yeah, there's going to be lots of dirt digging in my future. You know what would have been a real galaxy brain move? If I had looked at the in-game time the moment that the temporal storm warning came. But it can't be too long now until I find out whether or not my panic room is a good defense against a temporal storm or just a death trap. Yes, that is what I was talking about. I don't have anything too valuable on me, so at least if I die, I don't need to panic about getting my stuff back. Okay, that's it. We just got the temporal storm's imminent warning. So I think it's just a matter of minutes before it starts. I'm nervous. And I put these blocks on my hotbar in case I need to block something off. And I have my knife at the ready. Okay, there we go. This is it. It's starting. Yeah, this is spooky. Oh, this is going to give me a headache. I can feel it. Oh, this is really not nice. Okay, yeah, there's the first dude out there. Oh god, those noises are so spooky. Feels like someone is talking directly on top of me. In a weird, creepy voice. Okay, that guy has spotted me. And is trying to get to me, I think. I just was trying to peek through the door to see what's going on out there. Oh no, that looks like a mean guy. That's not one of the easy drifters. Thank God those things don't know how to open a door. The temporal storm seems to be waning. To be honest, I'm not really feeling it yet in here right now, but I am ready for it to be over. Well, as soon as the temporal storm sounds are over, I can just hear all the drifters everywhere. I thought they despawned after the storm is over. It seems like some of them are still here. I can see something moving around in my pit kiln over there. I'm wondering, is it one or two? But I think it's one of the mean guys that I saw earlier. So... what if I open the door and throw a spear at him? Is he going to charge me? Well, that didn't work out. Can I block him in there? Haha! Take that, you nasty guys! Are you just throwing stones at each other now? Actually, well, let's block this off. In case there are more roaming around up there, and let's take care of those guys. Where are my spears? Oh, yeah. Oh, they throw quite hard. Wow, okay. I'm going to need to take my crucible away from there. No, not the stone. How am I going to do that? It's not easy to hit him back there. Oh, there's a dead tainted drifter in there. So I guess one of them managed to kill the other. So what is the other guy? Also a tainted drifter. I think I hit him. Yeah. Oh, are they both dead? I did it! There's more growling though, so... and they didn't even give me anything. That has helped me regain some confidence though, so let's take a look at the outside. Okay, there's no one in here. Nice, so they must be in the garden. What the heck is that? Okay, maybe I can make a hole in my wall and try and take care of them from the inside. How does that sound? The issue with that is that I can't dig a hole in the sand because then the sand from on top will just drop down. Let's have a look here. Don't think any one of them should be able to come in here. Oh wow, these... Yeah. They are throwing stuff at me, but I can throw stuff back. I did find some copper spear tips while panning, so let's use those. Where's the ugly guy? There. I am worried. He looks like he's going to be hitting really hard. Corrupt drifter. Ah, yes. You're trying to hit me, but you can't. It's just when he moves away from the wall that I need to be careful. Yes. Victory. It won't let me loot his corpse from here, but I think all the others are gone, so I can dare go down there. A piece of flax fibers. I had hoped for a little bit more for killing such a big guy. And this one has nothing on him. I feel like I can hear a rift somewhere too, which feels like overkill. Anyway, let's close that back up. And I have enough of drifters for today. Well, I'm quite proud of how I managed to get through my first temporal storm. I didn't even die, and I killed some really mean guys. So I think this is a good time to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to check out my Twitch streams, make sure to go follow me over there too. I'll put the link in the description. The growling is starting again. Seriously? Well, anyway, I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye!